CD6 for that information. This is what you come to us for, chat.
Water sprinkling trailers is what they're called. But screw that. It is water wheelie thing for me. That's way better. I'm sorry.
Water wheelie thingies and statistics about poonage driving. And that's what we got for you. And we also have our final game of the evening, third game on Miramar. It has been the Dodge and Sonics show thus far. Will we get a third winner here tonight?
It's I know we were talking about it last game. All right, but it's the exact opposite of last time. We had 6 different winners moving into, or technically we had 5 moving into this game last week. And this time around, can anybody else get close to it is really the big factor that we're looking at. It always feels like anytime somebody gets ahead of Sonics, they immediately get the next round. And if Sonics gets this next round, I don't even know what's going to happen. Circle does pop, and that's a little bit different than I think everybody was expecting.
I mean, this is just the weirdest possible fight. Okay, can
you still just killed Tig?
Bro.
Just... Tig.
Cheeky lad.
You already got the most kills. Let somebody else have one. Oh, Vegas going for the jukes into this. This is a little bit of a confidence play. Loose burning through all the ammo and having to go for a
smoke that I just didn't see?
Nope. Okay, finally gets a connection onto it. Headshot pops into Vegas. Makes his life a little bit more rough. Los, though, getting a good amount of damage. Everything that's happening as the circle did pop to the south of them. United and Dodge need to finish this one up. Oh! Jesus. Oh, Senpai spots it out. And it's going to be Waldo running over to do the first aid, but essentially running over, doing the nurse work.
Well, the problem is Valley and Cherry are playing this like they're way up here. So they're going to go for the push, I think, onto Lamp. And Lamp just waiting for it is going to find Cherry easy. Knocking flush. And now Valley just trying to hide here a little bit. I think Lamp might have figured this out, though.
Oh, the juke back around from Valley. Good read on what's going on with that one. There's a lot of little mind games happening inside of that one. But Allison Pie, you got to get the Hail Mary grenade into it? Nah, I got to bounce it in the distance. Valley's already left the building, I believe. So even if he manages to get it in there, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Although we did see how that killed Los a second ago. So United not having the best of chances with grenades inside of doorways.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen some pretty nutty grenades so far today, so I wouldn't be surprised to see something even nuttier happen as we see the kill feed starting to light up with that new circle shift. Everybody still having to make their way in. Waldo's gone down. Valley 8 very low. Los has been rezzed, and he is on the compound now, but Valley 8's going to go down. It's all down to Mr. HD. Let's see if he can pull off the 1v2.
Really limits the way he can get vision on what's happening inside this Molotov, though. I mean, Los just has a read for what's going on. This is a nice Molotov kick, and there we go. Los going to be able to be the victor out of this one, and now going to have to make his way to the Merry Circle, where he's going to have Enrage in 303 and a touch of a firefight. Gas cans, though, and a touch of trouble.
Yep, Sonic's actually pushing out into the road to go for these nades on top of gas cans, and they actually find a couple of kills off of 3 in the bag already. Mayim actually manages to make it back from the road as well. Let's take a few shots at Veritas and Tiggleton, of course. Does that man ever miss a shot?
We try not to talk about Sonics all the time, guys, but they're just such a catalyst in everything that's going on, especially from this position. They've got good vision on what's going on with Veritas, with gas cans on 22. They can really influence a lot of what is happening. Meanwhile, Cresce on the outside of this was trying to make a long rotation around. Gas can's last member, Nico, is very aware of the threats around him and how problematic it could be. Doesn't even have really hard cover to play with. That's the problem with these oil derrick locations, is you've got the outer walls, but there is no like directed safety. With having round cover in a position like this, there's always going to be some angle that you can't be protected from. This now opens up more capabilities for a Cresce to roll in, but gonna get vision on each other. But this little bit of a ridge denying it out, see if they can get some spray between them. But it's gonna be Kaishin that is taking a ton of damage, trying to retreat, and is gonna get knocked by H-Wind. The Sonics are everywhere.
You never want to have to ride in the back of the pickup, and Kaishin gonna pay the price that time for his hubris. All right, Enrage. They're coming in from the north. We saw them take, they get 3 across the road. Psycho still in the back here, and Los also back there. Now they are pushing into 303. They'll find the opening knock on a T-Plents, but now it is a trade. And you can see shots coming in from Oath from range as well. Gonna find 311 Junior, or H11 Junior rather.
This is just an awkward position for both of these teams to be at, kind of dancing around at this specific point. There's the hillside that's going to deny a little bit of vision, but everybody's a little bit hesitant on how they make their move. Don't forget there is Los back behind in rage that could opt in any given moment to say, that's it, I just need to get some more kills, but it looks like he's perfectly fine letting the distraction be 303 right now and creeping in back into this different point. Oath, though, throwing in the peppering fire into where we see LTD and Dignitas starting to post up. Oath know the fact that they have to move soon, but man, they're wanting more out of this positioning, but really just can't seem to find the vision. Finally, Snakers does connect onto Ollie, and is that going to be enough for them to start making a little bit of a move of their own? It looks like that might be the case, them wrapping in potentially back behind Dignitas.
303 still scrapping within rage over the ridge line here. Shrimzy again finding the flush onto Nikos. Or that's going to be the kill onto Nikos, rather. That was the last player up for Gascan. So whole team has gone down. Balkan and RDS still working the edges. I think he spotted out Faishka. Doesn't win the 1v1 though. Faishka with 1 HP.
The confidence still at 3 HP, coming around the corner, believing in his teammates and believing the fact that he has the aim for it. Trisk still taking that forefront position, taking a lot of damage in the exchange, but RDS does go down, and Rage is eliminated, and that now opens up a potential vector for Los and Ethan to creep in back behind this.
They've got a nice little ridge across the road from it that they don't have to move to just yet. O's just going to send it. Let's go.
Trying to make a play out of this one. Snaker's already down, but it was going to be Dignitas trying to peek up on the other side of it, but you can see there's just so many people trying to get damage into this position. Kickstart the last one up, and grenades coming in from every single angle, trying to go for Snakers. Watch out, Kickstart, you're too close! And Pip is going to be the one that polishes it off, and everybody got a piece of that one.
Yeah, Latin Dominus going to get a couple of kills off of that, and there you go. Sonics use that opportunity to make their way up the hill. Meanwhile, Honey Badger will find Faishka, and that's Dignitas finding one, and now Los comes alive. H11 Junior has gone down. It's now just down to Trisk as 303 finds themselves in the unlucky position.
While this is going on, a couple of counter moves have happened, with Sonics taking this position a little bit lower, made LTD's life just a little bit more difficult. Dignitas also going to have to make a move of their own, as well as 303. TSM still being beneficiary of the circle right now, feeling pretty good about this, but Dignitas now starting to crest up this hillside, might get a little bit of vision on what's going on. I know the fact that they have different enemies around them, they get vision on it, decide to go for the spray into it. LTD has very limited options, but it's going to be a lot of shots. Pippa managed to get the defense, gets Shinboy down, and now Pippa has to be careful. He's got 22 off of one side. Sonics now being a little bit more threatening, and Dignitas pumping the brakes a little bit, knowing the fact that they have the time to get the res before the blue zone catches up.
And Sparky going to land the nice knock on Danny with the well-placed grenade, but here's the problem, H11.
Oh, springs up, gets the spin back around, but the moment that we see it, that's going to be H-Man that gets some vision into it as well. Dignitas getting good control over this top area, but they're now having to quickly res and reposition LTD in a little bit of trouble, as we've now got a cluster in the southeast. We're going to have Dignitas, LTD, and Sonics all right next to each other, whereas TSM, and really whenever we see 22, both in a comfortable point to play for.
That's a nice win there for Dignitas, and they'll get the res off. They're going to hop everybody into the vehicle. They're just going to crash right down on top of it. But look at this. Tiggleton and Shrimzy are absolutely insane. They get 2 knocks as in the 2 seconds that it took them to come down that hill. And here comes Sonics with the utility push. Dignitas in big, big trouble.
Dignitas trying to at least regroup a little bit, but the swarm that is Sonics coming in, they don't even care. They're going to walk in for their teammates, all of them thirsty for blood right now, trying to spot it out, and there we go. That's going to be 2 more teams down. It drops us into TSM 22 and Sonics.
Yeah, I mean, they might be able to wrap this one up. I mean, the thing for TSM, I mean, if a circle cuts from west to east, you know, hard shifts from west to east, this is a great circle for that compound. They'll be able to third party on a lot of stuff, get a lot of kills, but unfortunately for them, this one was north to south and kind of favoring that eastern side, so nothing really showed itself. So the only 1 kill in the bag so far. We'll see if they can pick anything up off of 22 as they hop in the vehicles.
It's a shooting gallery right now. They're just trying to race across and get away. They realized where Sonics are and just want to try to get away from it. Vinny's trying to make his own play, not going to be able to get anything out of it, but here we go. If you've been watching North American PUBG for a while, you should be familiar with this setup right now. We've got TSM versus Sonics. 4-man squad on both sides making the approach. The only thing, though, Sonics do have more control over the circle at the time. They have the high ground approach, so it's going to be TSM. Looks like they're trying to stack a different angle and how they're trying to get into this. But if they can get the high ground and let Purdy be a little bit of a distraction and sweep in back behind Mime, there is the opportunity. Tig does spot it out, trying to feed it a little bit more, but Halo spins back around onto Shrimsy. H-Win gets the knock onto Luke 12, and it is a quick exchange as Halo's trying to juke that one through, but H-Win does manage to connect, and this is turning a little bit more problematic for TSM. Mime's in an up-close position, does get spotted out, but now Penta has that high ground, looking back down into where Sonics are going to be playing from, as we are looking into a 2v2 situation.
Good trades coming out from both teams. H-Win and Tiggleton still up. Kurt and Penta will be the two from TSM. You can see H-Win with the long, far position, the anchor position, while Tiggleton is right up on the ridge line, hiding through the smoke. Penta with the grenade.
And now it falls onto H-Win, who has been spotted out. He's right up against the wall. He was trying to get an outside angle for this, but he's going to have the blue zone coming up right back behind them. I believe he is in safety for now, but two different firing lines now approaching in towards him. He knows the fact that he's got some problem. Purdy on one point of it, Penta on the other one. There we go. While it was elusive for a while, TSM managed to pick up the win.
Money and power, respect my mind, no die from last y'all. I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn.